Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Alex Flood. The province's latest pandemic reopening on Monday can't come soon enough for restaurant owners in the Fort Frances area. They say people in that area tend to not order much takeout food from sit-down restaurants, and they expect locals to turn out in droves come tomorrow. Corey Nordstrom reports.
Restaurants in Fort Frances have been waiting over a month for the day they could finally welcome back customers for in-person dining, and now it's finally on the horizon.
Having people back in the building is going to be so nice, being able to serve the people and just have a little bit of normalcy back.
Christine Cridland is the manager of the Flint House, a popular spot in the community's downtown. She expects customers to return as soon as they can after the long period away.
After the constant being open, closed, people are ready to get out. It's a new year. People haven't been out since Christmas. We're in a whole new year, and we started off in a lockdown just like last year. I can see it being pretty busy when we can open again.
Business is usually slower in January, but only having takeout available has been hard on the restaurant business.
People like to sit down and eat. If they're going to take takeout, they're probably going to your fast food restaurants.
You really can't make ends meet from takeout only. You can't cover the food cost and the labor that's associated with it.
Laplace Rendez-Vous fortunately offers a hotel in addition to their shorefront restaurant, which has helped with the finances during rough patches. But Noonan and her staff, like most Ontarians, are hopeful that after Monday, the restrictions won't be necessary again.
We kind of looked at this one like, okay, this is the last one, it's short term, we're going to get through this. We didn't want to go and lay off all of our staff again, so whoever wanted to keep working this time, we kept working. Unfortunately, some of our students aren't quite getting the hours, but they're excited to come back.
Corey Nordstrom, TBT News.
The town of Marathon is looking to support its business community once again after the latest round of restrictions due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, there has been a shift in focus as to which businesses can apply for financial assistance, and the arrival of Tim Hortons has brought a glimmer of hope to the town's economy. Adam Riley reports.
Council in Marathon has directed the town to blow the dust off of one of its local COVID business recovery programs in light of the latest shutdown. In 2020, Marathon opened up a fund that would allow businesses affected by shutdowns and COVID restrictions to apply for a grant of up to $5,000 to cover the costs of non-tax related expenses. Mayor Rick Dumas says that grant program was very successful, with 20 businesses from across the business spectrum applying. However, this time the money is being directed towards businesses in the hospitality and tourism sector.
In the hospitality sector with the restaurants slash bar scenario, they're going to be impacted greatly. They can do takeout, but as we all know that takeout dramatically slows down from these. So with that being said, the municipality with council's direction told the administration to reignite the committee, and we put $50,000 into the actual fund.
The grant committee is a separate body from council, according to Dumas, adding those who apply this time are going to have to provide a bit more information as to how they have been impacted and how the grant money will be spent. Applications are being accepted now and is expected to last for a month. All while this is happening, Dumas is excited to see the business community evolving further despite the shutdowns. Last year it was announced Tim Hortons was coming to Marathon and would be built on the site of the former DH Foods Mall. Construction is now wrapped, and while it's not open for indoor dining like other restaurants, Dumas believes it brings more confidence towards Marathon's economy.
It's all about, I think, attraction to people coming off the highway. Like any place, any city, any community that has more offerings in the commercial sector, it will attract more people to come into the community and spend money. So it's a good add to our community, and we're very happy.
Earlier this month, Premier Doug Ford announced businesses would be allowed to reopen for indoor dining on January 31st. Adam Riley, TBT News.
Thunder Bay's Heartbeat Hot Sauce continues to thrive since moving into their new facility across from the Fort William Gardens in late 2020. Jessica Clement stopped by to get an update on the company with customers around the globe, and she files this report.
When we last spoke to Bourbouhakis, founder of Heartbeat Hot Sauce, him and his team have just moved into their new facility for only a few months. Now, a year and a half later, the company has been steadily growing, not only in production volume, where they bottle 4,000 to 6,000 bottles daily, but workforce as well, with over 20 employees. These expansions have opened the doors to new opportunities, including being able to work with bigger companies and expanding their market overseas.
We've managed to now expand globally. So we have retail partners and distribution partners around Asia, lots of locations around Europe, Australia, New Zealand. We're really trying to reach far and wide.
The company has been able to make a name for themselves around the world despite the competitiveness of the hot sauce market. And Bourbouhakis explains how they made themselves stand out from their competitors.
A lot of the market is saturated by novelty products, really loud, sometimes obnoxious labels and names and depictions, and sometimes the products themselves can really pale compared to what they're trying to make themselves look like. So we tried to take the opposite approach, have clean branding, big bright colors that pop out. So our simple black and white label, it's pleasing to look at, but then the colors of the sauce are really what sell people on it.
And while it hasn't happened yet, there has been talk about what will happen when Heartbeat outgrows their newer facility.
The day may come where we have to expand, maybe to a second location. I don't see ourselves moving out of here. I'd like this to be kind of our home base, but there's been conversations about maybe expanding and creating production facilities in other cities, even in other countries. So if we get to that point, we'll all be pretty excited.
Jessica Clement, TVT News.
A new kindergarten to grade 12 school in Rainy River could mean the old high school being repurposed as a municipal office, leading to a number of benefits for locals. Rainy River Mayor Deb Ewald says council still needs to approve the move of the town office. Relocating to the current high school would see more space for activities for a number of local groups. A designated council chamber could be created, and the town's Fix-It shop would be moved to the more central location. It also opens up room in the current town office.
Right now, the town and the seniors are both in the old train station. So, and we've done a lot of work to restore that. So that would be perfect as a tourist information bureau and a railway museum and maybe possibly a birding museum. That's something else.
Construction on the new school will begin in the spring, with completion slated for the fall of 2023, meaning Rainy River Council has some time to decide on moving the town office. Well, one of the most prominent Indigenous leaders in the country spoke to the Port Arthur Rotary Club this week. Clarence Louie, chief of the Osoyoos Indian Band and the Okanagan, discussed the elements of economic development on reserves as outlined in his new book called Res Rules. The book explores Chief Louie's personal journey as well as the path to First Nation self-sufficiency and independence. Louie says First Nation communities need to become more business-minded and create their own jobs and revenue sources, not just administer government programs. The Osoyoos Indian Band has been called the miracle in the desert because of its business successes, where there are twice as many jobs in band businesses as there are band members to fill them. Louie notes, however, there isn't enough federal spending going towards Indigenous economic development.
The formula is 96% social spending, only 4% on economic development. That formula obviously does not work. It's a ridiculous formula. It's a dependency formula. And that formula should change, has to change.
The first of many Winter Fun Day activities took place down at Prince Arthur's Landing today, where locals had the chance to create a variety of seasonal arts and crafts projects on what turned out to be a beautiful day. Mitchell Ringos has more.
The first Winter Fun Day had 3 activities for families to try out for fun, from building their own custom snow globe to take home, making papier-mâché snowflakes, and building their own mini snow figurines that they could personalize with colored spray they made themselves. The event ran from 2 in the afternoon to 4 p.m. and saw dozens of locals head down to Prince Arthur's Landing for some winter fun. Co-executive director for the Community Arts and Heritage Education Project, Alexis Shermack, spoke about why these fun days are so important for the community.
It's really great because Thunder Bay is so cold in the winter, and sometimes I think we feel like there's not a lot to do outside. Offering people a way to get outside and a way to enjoy the spaces in Thunder Bay is so valuable to all the citizens, all the community, and being able to be back together as a community is really important right now as well.
And with families having a blast, especially the kids, we asked locals down on the waterfront how they were enjoying the winter activities for the first of many Winter Fun Days.
It's good to have this kind of events because we can play outside and also be in touch with other people.
I'm really enjoying it.
What about you?
Enjoying it too.
It was fun. I like the dinosaur.
Shermack was grateful for the nice weather as it let locals have fun in the snow without getting too cold. And with 7 more winter fun days to take place this winter, with a huge variety of activities like ice fishing, skating, dog sledding, and more, Shermack says the fun has just begun.
You know, you never know with an event like this, especially sort of with the climate nowadays, right? You aren't sure if people are going to stay home or not, but I kind of suspected that we would have a nice turnout because of the beautiful day that we've got today. So I really am hopeful that the coming weekends are just the same so that, you know, the turnout is just as good for the other events.
And Winter Fun Days will continue every Sunday until March 20th, with the next activity making the mini snow people down at the Northwood Playfield on February 6th. Mitchell Ringos, TBT News.
Oh, you gotta love that. Looked like a great day outdoors. A great day indoors as well over at the Fort William Gardens, Kurt.
Yeah, Kristen McCarville and Team Northern